Hello and welcome to Postmortem for Open Fishing XL. I'm going to be talking about the bait shops and the traps and that stuff in the game. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, basically a shop in the game. So the shop works in kind of a unique way. It's hopefully nearby a shop, because otherwise it's going to be annoying. It works like I'm too far away. Never mind. So essentially, there's like these physical items here, actually like in the world, and you interact with them to pick them up, and that's how it works. There's also actually all the shops for gear and stuff. Oh hey, well, yeah, here now. Exciting. Anyway, so all the shops work kind of like this. If you're buying items, bait works differently, but all the like item things are in the actual world. I quite like that. I think it's more fun. I should have probably shown better how, like, the fact that something is interactable. I should maybe indicated that a little better. But I feel most people got around to it eventually. Like figured it out. It's not that complicated, I think. But yeah, so the shops, they work absolutely awfully. Let me show you. So essentially, this is code. It is pretty short. This isn't all of the code. This is just part of it. But this is like the main script that manages the inventory of the shop, which is the main problem. So essentially, why does it do it like this? I'm not sure. Oh no, this makes sense actually. Is the light okay? A little bit. It's fine. My light suddenly started flickering, and I don't think you can see that, but I can. That's annoying me. But so essentially, the main problem is that I can't remove an item in a later update that was there in a previous update, which, you know, is a little janky. It didn't turn out to be a problem, but it could have been. It's just generally jank. And the remove slot. This is really bad. So basically, to anyone programming and who does this a lot. So if you have a Boolean that literally just said something to, you know, you can just do this. You can just do it like this. This is so much shorter. I'm pretty sure I could have just done this. It's like this. So now, to break this down, I have a slot here. I basically just have a Boolean. And if that's false, I set it to false. If it's true, I set it to true. So I can just do this. Or well, more aptly this. Because otherwise it doesn't work. I don't know. It's even more baffling that I check if it's false and then set it to false. Because, like, if there was something more going on here, but, like, why didn't I, like, even if I was gonna do it like this, why wouldn't I be sensible and just do this? You know, the more intuitive, normal way. But, yeah, I'm gonna keep this here because it's a memorandum. That's how stupid I was when I coded this first. Which shows you don't have to be that good at programming to make your first game. Like this, I can do this and somehow still make a game that is relatively bug-free. Like I basically no one found that huge bugs in my game. It never crashes really. From what I know of, I've never actually heard of a crash that someone else had, apart from me. I think I've crashed it. No, I don't think I have even crashed it as the dev. Amazing, right? But yeah, you don't have to be that confident. You just have to make a game simple enough that it doesn't override your skill level. And I mean, open fishing is pretty complicated, but it's complicated in such a way that it's easy to expand on and not like interweave too much. So yeah, that's basically why I that's like why I really decided to make this game at the start actually, because it was simple enough that I could like I had the idea of like a game that has a good base and then I could just add stuff to, which seemed way easier to me than making a like before this I was making an FPS game that was a mess, and that really depends on like movement and it being satisfying and stuff like that. Just way harder for me at least. I'm not that good at game feel stuff, but I'm pretty good at this as it turns out because people like it. It's a good game. So yeah. And the traps work pretty simply. By the way, I have those. Do I even have those here? Don't have those there. So they are, oh dear, they're here. So basically you just put those down and they collect bait over time. So is this really the main thing? This is really the main script, wow. So this highly complicated script, this advanced programming here, it basically gets called from here, which, oh no, this is the main script. Okay, I was so confused. Like, I remember this being so much more complicated. Yeah, alright, this is more what I was expecting. An 80-line code in the script instead of like a 15-line script. Okay, so this is actually how it works. So it just checks over time, like, have we caught something, and it is slightly randomized. Yeah. And here it slightly increases how long you have to wait to the next catch, essentially. To catch a fish. Or to catch whatever you're catching, because you can catch fish and not like the actual fish, just like bait fish. In the minnow traps, and worms and insects. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all you can catch with bait traps. But they're pretty cool. Like they're fun. I heard of someone who basically exclusively used them. So you know, people used them. They liked them. And essentially, the thing I want to talk about was this. So I have these worm trap things here. I think I probably should have made these an interface. So an interface is essentially where you have a script that's... Oh, it's hard to explain. So essentially, I would have done this. I would have made like an I trap checkable, which is basically the naming convention for an interface. And this would be another script that defines a function which would just say like trap check, which checks if the trap is like supposed to work. So essentially you can't place a minnow trap above water because there's no minnows above water because those are fish, and you know that's how fish work. Generally speaking, there's some fish, like some mud skipper fish or something. I think I've seen those once in like Planet Earth, something like that. Like well, fish that like they jump around on the mud, they're really cute. But at least what I have in my head right now. I think they're real. Pretty sure. But my point was, you can't catch minnows above water, so this basically checks where you place the thing. And what else? Oh yeah, so this would have to be like this, and then this would basically, I'd basically have a trap checkable script that defines this as like a thing it has. Oh, that's such a confusing way to say that. How do I explain this? So this would be another script. It would say the script that inherits from me has to have this function in it, and then you can just say, oh yeah, don't give me the worm trap, give me a trap, and then you can just run this from a trap because they all have this, like from a trap checkable. And then you can just check the trap if it works. And I'm saying there are a lot of words many times. And it's making it really confusing to say all these words. But essentially, and you'd make this a boolean, and it would just return like yes or no, does it work? Which is essentially what it does right now. I probably would have also made this a boolean if I was working on it now. But I didn't do that because that's less weirdly coded than I could have done it, and apparently that was my vibe when I was making this. Because yeah, oh no wait, there was a good reason for that. Yeah, because this works really weirdly. That's why. Ah yeah, I remember how these work now. So essentially, where are the prefabs? Oh, those were in item inventory. There, yes. So essentially, these have like the checking code and the general code, and this checking code basically changes this variable from this thing. And there's like multiple things that can check those, essentially. So that's a really weird way of doing that. Hope you understood any of my jabbering here. not that good at explaining code yet. I'm hoping I will improve at doing that by doing the series. But yeah, hopefully you got something out of this. Basically, use an interface. Look up how those work and use them for these kind of purposes. Because this is weird doing it this way. Wait, where does this thing even get called from? Oh, this gets called from here. And yeah. So instead of using an interface, because I didn't know this existed yet or how this worked, I used what did I even use? I used a Unity event, which is not the right thing to use here. I should have used an interface, in my opinion. Maybe someone else says, oh no, it's fine using Unity. I mean, it's fine, it works. So this kind of goes back into the concept that I use a lot, which is caveman coding. Basically, do what you know and not what you don't understand. Like, if I didn't understand interfaces here, I could have gotten really hung up on, oh no, I don't understand how this works. Oh no, it's all gonna go wrong. Or I could have used a Unity event and been a caveman about it, and it works now. And this isn't actually that bad of a way of doing it. And like, it just works fine. It's just a little more annoying than doing it the proper way. So that's basically my point here. If it works, it works. And that's what's important. So hopefully you got something out of this video. Like and subscribe and stuff. And see you next time.